What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and Journey is getting set to kick off their tour very soon in Durant, Oklahoma at the Choctaw Casino and Resort on January 27th. And this tour is going to take them all the way around the country, including my backyard of Stockton, California. They're going to be in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They're going to be in Memphis. They're going all over the place. Bakersfield. I used to live in Bakersfield. Fresno. They're going to hit all of these key spots in California before heading down to Thousand Palms to finish off the tour. I believe is the last date it's showing here, but this is a big tour. How the hell is this going to happen? Because if you've been paying any attention, Neal Schon and Jonathan Cain have been going at it behind the scenes. It's not really behind the scenes because we're getting all this information and they are putting it all out there. And these two guys have been just, even their wives getting involved. Neal Schon's wife has been talking trash about Jonathan Cain and his wife, and it's going back and forth over the credit card and everything else. And then there's talks about Gregg Rolie coming back, and I'm thinking, is Gregg Rolie going to actually replace Jonathan Cain for the tour? And you know, seems like that would be an ideal situation for Neal Schon, who obviously is not too fond of Jonathan Cain at this time, and bringing back an original member would be, you know, just perfect for him, you know, having two original members on the stage, even though Jonathan Cain is not an original member technically, but he's been around since Escape, and he's part of the Journey machine when they became the massive band that they are. And really the classic lineup is Schon and Cain, and of course at that time Steve Perry, and he dropped a lawsuit that he was, you know, that's a whole nother story. He might be slipping back into the band at some point or making an appearance during this tour. It wouldn't shock me. I don't think he's just going to be there for every show. And then of course they had Steve Smith and Ross Valerie, who both of them are gone, and they had huge arguments and huge problems and just lawsuits. This band has just been a mess. Lawsuits left and right almost since day one that I've been watching them since I was a kid. It's just always something. The two guys I thought were at least friends and that nothing would go wrong, staples, were Jonathan Cain and Neal Schon, and now that's in question. So it's just crazy. But evidently Jonathan Cain is okay with Gregg Rolie coming back, which tells me it's probably not Gregg Rolie just taking over, probably Gregg Rolie making a couple of appearances. I don't really think he's interested in rejoining the band on a full-time basis, but we'll have to wait and see. But I will be definitely attending at least one of these shows, if not more. I'll have plenty of opportunities, so I'll definitely have a review on the channel of the first show that I go to on this Journey tour. I'm really looking forward to it. But that said, there are more updates. Jonathan Cain has said he will be on tour with Journey next month. Jonathan Cain is going to be there, and we already know Neal Schon's going to be there. So Jonathan Cain says he will be hitting the road with Journey next month, despite Neal Schon's suggestion to the contrary. Last week, Schon hinted at Journey's co-founder Gregg Rolie making an appearance on the band's upcoming 50th anniversary tour, presumably in place of Cain, with whom Neal has been publicly feuding. I don't think he was saying that necessarily Jonathan Cain ain't going to be here. I don't think he actually said that, but by just mentioning Gregg Rolie, people took it that way. But I don't think he said Gregg Rolie is going to be replacing Jonathan Cain. He just said he'll make an appearance. And he probably will. But then there's something else we're about to get to. Here we talk about earlier today, Cain shared a photo of him and his wife, Paula White Cain, hitting the ski slopes apparently in Colorado. And he included the following message: I feel grateful and blessed to share this time on the slopes with my baby before hitting the road with Journey. With Journey. He's still part of this band and he's going to be there. You know, they'll be sharing the stage, but don't expect them to be having much chemistry there together, because they, you know, who knows though, maybe they're able just to forget about that once they start playing the music. That's all out the window. I don't know, but it's pretty damn bitter. It's pretty powerful. And now there's word, and I can't get rid of this ad for some reason, there's word that Neal Schon's wife says two Journey members are adamantly against Gregg Rolie's return. Now the first thing I would think, well, one of them has got to be Jonathan Cain, but then another article says Jonathan Cain's okay with it. Two members of Journey are adamantly against the return of the band's co-founder, Gregg Rolie, for the upcoming 50th anniversary tour. Why would they be against that? 50th anniversary tour. Gregg Rolie, original member. You would think that for him to make an appearance, I mean, you're trying to do something special. You would think that you would be all for that. I mean, bringing Gregg Rolie back, bringing back Steve Perry, definitely, or at least at some point on the tour. I mean, they're going all around the country. At some point, they're going to be close to where Gregg Rolie is. At some point, they're going to be close to where Steve Perry is, I would assume. But if Jonathan Cain's okay with it, why would anyone not be okay with it? And I really don't know who would be against it and who could speak out like that against Neal Schon and why they would be against it necessarily. I mean, I know why Jonathan Cain would be against it. Jonathan Cain would say, I'm the keyboardist of this band, and I've been doing this for 30, something years, 40 years now. I don't even know, 40 plus years. So, Gregg Rolie is no longer an equation here. I guess, if he wants to be a jerk, he'd say that. I don't think Jonathan Cain would say that, but I don't know. So I don't know who's against it, adamantly against Gregg Rolie's return. Maybe they're against Gregg Rolie returning for the entire show and just, I don't know, just being on stage with him the whole time because it kind of mess things up, have an extra instrument to deal with, an extra band member to deal with. But if it's just an appearance at some point on the tour, I don't see a big deal. I don't see a big deal with that. But, they can come out and play one of the songs from, the late 70s, obviously, when Steve Perry was there and Gregg Rolie was there. If they did some performance like that, Jonathan Cain could play guitar, or, they could both play keyboards, and it would be just so awesome. But I don't know, man. This is just absolutely crazy what's going on. Jonathan Cain says he's going to be there. The arguments continue on and on and on. But, Journey's Jonathan Cain accuses Neal Schon of causing harm to the Journey brand. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. I mean, these guys have been just at it. If anyone is destroying the Journey brand, it's Neal and Neal alone. Quote by Cain. I mean, how are these guys going to share a stage together? He said, Neal Schon should look in the mirror when he accuses me of harm to the Journey brand. I have watched him damage our brand for years, and I'm a victim of both his and his wife's bizarre behavior. It's been nuts. But this tour is kicking off. It's going to Savannah, Georgia. Okay, it's going to come to a city near you more than likely. Well, maybe not. They're not going everywhere, but it's a pretty big tour. They're hitting Canada, Quebec City, Montreal, Toronto, Ottawa. Big tour here. And I will definitely be checking out at least one of these shows. What's going on with Gregg Rolie? What's going on with Jonathan Cain? What's going on with Neal Schon? What is going freaking on with this band? It's going to be crazy. Let me know what you guys think, and I will talk to y'all next time.